And today we have a very special topic by Mr. Lim. He's a lecturer of lecturer in School of Business for Asia Pacific University. Today topic will be on e-business and why exactly e-business and why do you want e-business as opposed to conventional traditional business. This is very important for a lot of you and even for a lot of your parents as well, because we are dealing with something we have not foreseen. The pandemic, I'm sure everyone is going through with in their own ways. Everybody is struggling in their own ways as well. So this is a very good topic to discuss, because this has changed our life and changed the way we do business. Who better to learn more from Mr. Lau himself, representative from APU, Asia Pacific University. And Mr. Lim, are you ready to take the mic?
Yeah, Mr. Melvin, thank you for inviting APU and thank you for providing this brilliant opportunity to share my insight about e-commerce with the students. Okay, students, hi, nice to meet you in this webinar. My name is Lim Hao Chek. I'm program leaders and also lecturers. I'm the program leaders for business management, e-business, and digital leadership program in APU. Okay, just to set your expectations right, this section is going to take about 40 to 45 minutes max, and I will save, okay, or reserve about 10 minutes for Q&A sections.
So
okay?
students, if you have any questions, please post it in the chat box. If you have any questions for the representative of APU as well, I'll teach you a way to get in touch with them. But if you have any questions for Mr. Lim himself, please post it in the comment section. We just keep it conversational, yeah?
Okay, thank you. So this topic is e-commerce, a brief introductions about e-commerce and why study e-commerce in APU. What is the advantages of studying e-commerce in APU? Okay, this is the agenda. I'm going to talk about in brief what is called e-commerce, what is the difference between conventional business and e-commerce, and what is the advantages of e-commerce and why study e-commerce and why study e-commerce in APU, and Q&A sections. Let's look at what is called traditional business. Traditional business is a commercial activities like exchange of goods and services for money take place in traditional modes. So I just repeat, it's a commercial activities, okay? Exchange of goods, services for money that take place in a traditional modes, okay? Traditional modes in here, what I mean is the transactions of exchange of goods and services take place in marketplace, in a marketplace like shops, okay, the night markets, the morning markets, supermarkets, that you need a physical space, you need a physical place, okay, for the exchange of goods and money to take place, okay, we call it marketplace. While with the introductions and the advanced technologies of telecommunication network and digitalizations, now the e-commerce and e-business allow transactions of selling goods and products or services conducted via online telecommunications network. Okay, so in the past, transactions is done in a marketplace like shops, night markets, shopping complex. Now, instead of doing the transactions on marketplace, with the introductions of e-commerce or e-business, we come up with a new term called market space. It's a space, okay, which is no boundary, no limitations of time. It can be done in anywhere, anytime, at the merchants and also the customer convenience. So that is the brief definitions of e-commerce. Let's look at why e-commerce is so important. Students, many years ago, okay, for example, during the time when I was at your age, okay, I look at those richest people in the world, okay, the richest people 30 years ago is the owners of Walmart, Sam Walton. Okay, he is the richest person back then. But now I believe all of you know who is the richest person in the world. Jeff Bezos, right? So Jeff Bezos is the owners of Amazon, and Amazon is one of the largest e-commerce platforms in the world. So from this graph, you can see that the power of e-commerce, okay, how important it is. You can see that the market capitalizations of Amazon's surpass Walmart in 2017, and now Amazon is one of the largest market capitalizations company. So uh, the potential or the opportunities in e-commerce is plenty. Okay, is plenty, and we do not know where is the limit. Okay, until today, we do not know where is the limit. So basically, I would say there is no limit in the potential for e-commerce. While that is the example from Western country in United States, now let me share with you the growth of e-commerce in Asia, in Southeast Asia. Okay, from this graph, you can see that the growth of the e-commerce are experiencing an exponential growth. Okay, exponential growth doesn't, it's not a linear growth, it's exponential. Okay, it's like explode. Okay, it's an exponential growth. It's not a linear growth. It's not a straight line. Okay, it's a exponential growth, and it's going to reach 88 billions in a very short time span of time. And while I'm preparing this slide this morning, okay, I have read some news about e-commerce. The global e-commerce sales, hit 4.2 trillion. It hits 4.2 trillion in this May, and is expected to continue post COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, and students, I believe that you have experienced the switch of lifestyle. Okay, the switch of lifestyles in the last 2 years. Okay, we used to go out to shopping complex. We used to go to the night market. We used to go for movie theaters. We used to go for cafeterias and so on. But now, due to the pandemics, we all stayed at home, and we fulfill all these daily necessities like buying grocery, buying entertainments, okay, from e-commerce, okay, from e-commerce. So even though we expect the pandemic may over, not so soon, maybe sometimes in futures, but okay, we will continue the current lifestyle, okay, as what we always heard nowadays, new normal, new normal. E-commerce is going to be a new normal, okay, it's going to be a new normal. That we have heard about these terms recently, new normal, and new normal. And what is new normal? A lot of people do not have a precise definitions, and I do not have a precise definitions of what is all this new normal means, but I'm quite sure e-commerce is definitely going to be a new normal post the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. Okay, students, can I move on to next slide?
Yep.
Okay. So in the past, we always heard about the terms of window shoppings, right? During your free times, during the weekends, your family members will bring you out to shopping complex, and then you do window shopping. Okay, you walk along the shops, and then you look at their display windows, and then you walk into the shops. That is past. Okay. Now the new norms, one of the new norms, yeah.
Now it's called screen shopping, is it?
Screen shoppings, or another term is called contextual shopping. Okay, contextual shoppings, it means the merchants or the seller can seamlessly offer purchase opportunity into everyday activities. Okay, people can buy anything anywhere at any time by clicking a few buttons only. Students, In the past, if you want to buy something, you need to be physically in the shops. You need to drive, you need to do the public transportations and visit the shops. But with the introductions of e-commerce, okay, you can remain in your workplace doing your daily routines at the same time do your shoppings, okay? With the help of mobile technologies, mobile apps, and so on, okay, we can do shoppings concurrently, right? So I believe some of you, okay, while listening to these talks or attending your webinar or your online class, okay, you have one screen opens and another screen opens, okay? So when you are attending your class at the same time, simultaneously, you are shopping, right? Right? So that is called contextual shopping. Okay, it's going to change our lifestyle. Okay, and the beauty part that is not so good part about the contextual shopping. Okay, the beauty part about the contextual shopping is people are served with targeted advertising based on the term that they search on their recent browsing behavior. E-commerce company like Alibaba, Amazon, Lazada, and Shopee, okay, they are utilizing big data, artificial intelligence to track consumer behavior, okay, to track consumer behavior. They can map customer journey, they can map customer purchasing journey and anticipate their next needs, okay. For example, if you bought a handphone, a certain model of handphones today through one of the e-commerce platform like Lazada or Shopee. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will receive a lot of ads, advertisements, or promotions on all the accessory related to the handphone that you just purchased recently. Okay, it's a very interesting world now. Okay, my personal experience. Okay, few years back when my wife delivered a baby, and then I started purchasing some baby products online. And surprisingly, the front page of Lazada, Taobao, and Shopee, they all changed to baby products when I log in again next day or next month. So now that means they are tracking, and it makes our shopping experience more exciting now. They start to offer things that we never thought of or never think of. In contextual shoppings, the world is very interesting. And students, I believe you spend quite a lot of time in social media, right? You spend quite a lot of time in social media nowadays. And one of the things that you like to do is you like to share. When you buy something new, when you have bought something that you like, most likely you are going to share with your friends. You're going to share with your friends, right? So your friends receive the message from you, from your social medias. They look at the products, they may like it, okay? If they like the products that you just purchased, within few minutes, they will go online and buy the same products from the shops, okay? Unlike those days, okay? If someone share with me a product, it may take a while for me to go to the shopping complex to figure out where to buy the products and wait. And maybe after some time, I forget about that product and I may not engage with the purchase. So that is called contextual shopping. And there are many more examples of contextual shopping that is going to change our lifestyle. That is going to change our lifestyle. I'm not going to share with you more about the contextual shopping. This is just a broad idea what is called contextual shopping. That means you can basically buy anything that you want at the fingertips at your own convenience. That is called contextual shopping. Okay. Just now Melvin shared about the screen shopping. That is one of the characteristics of contextual shopping as well, right? That is one of the characteristics of contextual shopping. Okay. Melvin, just to check, am I talking too fast or at the right pace?
No, you're at the right pace. You're at the right pace.
Yep. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah. So as a lecturer, sometimes we have the tendency of speaking too fast.
No worries, no
So
worries.
if I'm talking too fast, then please slow me down. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, let me share with you what is the advantages of e-commerce. Okay, what is the advantages of engaging and participating in e-commerce? First, the low startup cost. Okay, to start up a e-commerce is low as compared to start up a conventional business. You do not need to have a warehouse. You do not need to have a shop. You do not need to hire a lot of employees. In actual fact, a lot of e-commerce startup, okay, is managed by one or two persons. And just to share with you an example, in China, a lot of college students are doing e-commerce, okay, on drop shipping model, okay, while they are studying in universities. They just do the e-commerce in their dormitory, in their hostels. Just a room, a laptop will do. You do not need to have a cash register. You do not need to rent a shop. You do not need to have a warehouse. You do not need to set up everything. A very simple e-shop, you can start your e-commerce, very low startup cost. And because of that, low operation cost. Okay, as I shared with you just now, you do not need to recruit anyone. You can manage it by yourself. It's a 24-hour, 7 days operations. Once your e-shop is set up, is in the e-commerce platform, you can do, there is no time limit. There is no time limit, okay? The transactions can be done while you are asleep or while you are attending classes, okay, right? So you don't have to like sit there, wait for the customer to pick the product and check out. So it's 24 hours, 7 days operations.
Yeah, I personally also seen students that are doing, college student or university student using their spare time to run their own business, selling, I don't know, could be makeup products or, hand cream, these kind of things online.
True. Or some.
We've seen a lot of face masks, a lot of girls selling face masks for their beauty product.
It depends on your creativities and innovations and also your interests. You sell things that you are interested with, okay, and your specialties, okay. Some girls who are very good in fashion design, okay, college students who are in this fashion design, they start selling their products online in China, okay. So very interesting, and you can sell internationally. If you set up a shops, okay, if you set up a shops, previously before I joined in the education fields, I was a site researcher, okay, I do a lot of site research. If you set up a shop, the customer that you can serve is about those customers who stay around 7 kilometers to 10 kilometers from the shop radius. Okay, that means the radius. Okay, anything beyond than that, you can't serve them or they are not interested to walk into your shops. The radius of serving the customers is around 7 to 10 kilometers only. But you sell in e-commerce, basically, there is no geographical boundaries. There is no geographical boundaries. As long as you have logistic partners, fulfillment company to help you to deliver the product, you can sell almost internationally, right? That is what we all know. And it's convenient. It's very convenient for everyone. It's very convenient. Scale up your business easily. You can scale up your business easily, okay? If you want to expand your shop, you need to come up with additional capitals. You need to expand your warehouse. You need to recruit more employees. You need to rent a new shop, okay? But in e-commerce, basically, you just spend more time.
Yeah,
that's it, okay? And the time that you spend is actually not that much. Just a matter of managing it only. You still can go on with your other activities like attending classes and so on. So you can scale up your business very easily. The 7 advantages of e-commerce is capture customer buying patterns, as what I shared with you just now. relying on big data, relying on artificial intelligence and all the computer technologies, the digital technologies, okay, you can understand your customer purchasing patterns more easily based on the big data that you capture, based on the and using the artificial intelligence to do the analysis. Task you can do a targeted marketing and advertising activities. And 9 is better securities and safe. Okay, why I say better securities and safe is because if you purchase something from a traditional mode, you pay cash, right? You pay cash, and you cannot register the transactions if you pay cash.
Mm.
But if you pay online, okay, a lot of people do not trust online payment, but personally I trust, because if compared to pay cash or pay online, I'll prefer pay online because the transactions is recorded.
Yeah.
If you pay cash, let's say for example, you go to the shopping complex, you go to the night market or the morning market, you want to buy something, then you pay cash, right? Most of the time you pay cash, right? So paying cash, there is no record, right? So there's no record. So, but if you pay online using credit card or e-payments, the transaction is recorded. Is it actually much more safer as compared to pay cash? All right, so it's safer. And nowadays, the pandemics, the coronavirus, I believe, yeah, buying your daily necessity through e-commerce is much more safer than you go out.
Yeah.
right.
All our
Uh,
parents are probably grocery shopping with their phone instead of going out already.
Yeah, frankly speaking, I have stopped walking into the conventional shops for more than months. Okay, things that I can do online, I'll do online. I'll do online. Okay, I'll buy everything online from Lazada, Shopee, Tesco online or Aeon online.
Mm.
And e-commerce with the advanced technologies is also provide some interactivity with the seller, with the WhatsApp chats, the online messagings, and so on. So it's interactive. So this is the advantages why e-commerce grows so rapidly in the past few years, right?
Mm.
Now, why we need to study e-commerce? Well, e-commerce is going to change the fundamental of business. Okay, if you are not in e-business, if you are not in e-commerce, sooner or later you will be out of business.
Mm.
You sooner or later you will be out of business. Even those traditional retailers, the giant one like Walmart, Tesco, Aeons, they have no choice but to move into the e-commerce,
Mm.
right? Right.
Yeah,
They
because a lot of restaurant, even today, a lot of restaurant they move their sales online because they know they can reach more people through like Grab food and all that services.
Yes, yes, correct. Okay. Even while people may go out against post-pandemic, okay, people may go out again post-pandemics, they may still enjoy the lifestyle of hanging out in the shopping complex or in the restaurants, but the trend of e-commerce will be there.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Yes.
will be a portions of people will still continue with what they are doing now.
Online sales are starting to replace their main bread and butter.
Yes.
It used to be that physical shops are making most of their money by from actual customers, but
Mm.
these days physical shops make a lot of their money online instead.
Yes, yes. And now they have this thing called brick and clicks. Okay, brick means the brick and mortars, and
Mm.
also clicks. Okay, you may be physically, you still may enjoy the window shoppings. Okay, but during the transactions time, you'll bring out your handphones and do the transactions, and you do not want to carry the things back home. If you are buying a lot of things, let's say for example, okay, you do want to carry all the things that you have purchased and put into your car trunks. Okay, you just buy online
Yeah.
and then you just drive back. Few hours later, they will send the goods that you have just purchased to your house. That is happening in China.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, you do not like to carry all the shopping bags walking around in the shopping malls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just, I go to the shopping complex. Okay, I enjoy the window shopping. So I touch the products, I like it, then I pay online, and then I'll do the transactions online, and I continue my next stop of shoppings without carrying the product that I just purchased. Right. So when I reach home, then they will send the product to my doorstep. That is happening in China. Okay. As I say, business are venturing into e-business. Yeah, business are venturing into e-business. And the fourth point actually is a very important point. E-commerce or the internet or the Wi-Fi or the digital technologies is a big equalizer for a lot of people. It's an equal business opportunities to everyone. In the past, if you want to do big business, unless you are somebody, you have a lot of capitals, you have a lot of connections, only then you can start up some meaningful or successful business. But digital technologies, e-business, e-commerce is a big equalizer. Okay, it equalizes the opportunities for everyone. Do you understand my points here?
Yeah, it levels up.
It's
It levels up the most, maybe the biggest company, and they put the weak company together. Even though it may have small capital, but you are in equal footing. You compete at the same level.
Yeah, it level up the playing field. Everyone have equal opportunities in the business world now. Okay, everyone's have equal opportunities in the playing field now. In the past, some fast-moving consumer goods are dominated by big brand name like Unilever, Colgate Palmolive, all these big name. Okay, Nestle. But now even small businesses, they can compete with all these giants by using e-commerce. Okay, so it's a big equalizer and ample opportunity and possibility to be discovered and unlocked, which in the futures, when it move along, there will be more and more opportunities open up. Okay. Okay, now let me introduce why study e-business or e-commerce in APU. Is that okay? So our programs, e-business management with specialism in e-business, is a comprehensive program that nurtures e-commerce entrepreneur for the futures. It covers every aspect of e-commerce, digital marketing, e-commerce platform operations, payment and finance, and logistics and fulfillment. E-commerce will work because of the complete e-commerce ecosystem. The term that I use is ecosystem. Without the complete ecosystem, it won't work. Let's say, for example, you have very good payment system, you have very good e-commerce platform, but you do not have logistics to support, then it won't work. If you do not have payment system, online payment system, but you have logistics, you have digital marketing, you have operations, it won't work. So you need to have a whole ecosystem, the whole comprehensive ecosystem. And our programs cover the whole ecosystem of e-commerce and e-business.
So basically, as a student, I get to learn the A to Z of operating a business or making a business exist from sourcing the product to logistic of the product, sending the product to customers, and for the payment as well and marketing as well. Is it?
Yeah. So I have did some comparisons with other programs. Some they only have e-commerce, some they only talk about digital marketing. But our e-business program is a comprehensive program, and the comprehensive terms may not be so suitable in these scenarios. I would say it's a complete ecosystem of e-business. Okay, the ecosystem. Okay, so it covers every aspect of e-business or e-commerce, right?
Mm.
And one more important aspect of our e-business program is students have the opportunities, okay, to hands-on do e-commerce projects while they are in the universities. Instead of learning from theories and concept, now in one of our module, students will actually selling some products, okay, from our collaboration partners called Home Deal. Students will have a hands-on opportunities of actually selling the products in e-commerce platform.
And
Okay.
then they can use the skills they have learned for their own self, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And moving forward, if students like or have established some network or connections of selling this type of product, they can continue in their career.
Mm.
You can take this project out and do it by your own. Okay.
So bagi murid-murid yang tak tahu ya, dia orang ada satu program yang bagi dia satu macam internship atau bukan internship, macam trial. Dia boleh cuba untuk sellkan produk yang dari Home Deal, dan dalam percubaan ini dia boleh ambil apa yang dia telah belajar untuk produk dia sendiri pada masa yang depan.
Yeah, yeah. So the terms that I would like to use is a real life e-commerce project that nurture e-commerce entrepreneur in the classroom environment. It's safe, environmentally safe, because students initially they do not have to come up with any capitals. Okay, they do not need to risk the capital of buying the inventory and the stock and start selling. We work on a drop shipping model, okay, which maybe in futures, if I have time, I can share with you how the drop shipping model work. But these projects, you don't have to come up with any capitals to own the stock or the inventory. You can just start sell and experience the e-commerce environments. Okay, so that is one major aspect of our program. Okay.
I think that will be very interesting for a lot of students that are, yeah, I bet you have seen Instagrammers or your friends selling things online. I think it will be very, 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 very useful for a lot of students that go through this course, be able to learn how to sell their own product, maybe even drop ship their own product or create their own product and sell it online. I think that will be a very good for a very good platform to make sure to allow students to start their own entrepreneurship journey, right?
Yeah, true. And if students like the products, they are confident of selling the products, you can take this as your career once you graduate from APU. Okay, and the products is all Malaysian product, because our collaboration with Home Deal is we want to promote and build Malaysian's brand. Okay, so that is another plus point of these e-commerce projects. Okay, any questions on this e-commerce projects?
E-commerce project maybe not that much, but sir, I want to ask you one question. Yeah. Because we know that you study e-commerce, maybe what you can do is you can start your own business. What if I don't want to start my own business, or I scared of starting my own business?
Okay.
Can I use this diploma or this degree or what I have learned here to apply for a job? And what are the jobs that can I apply with the program that you have?
I will share with you later in my next slide.
All right.
You are a bit ahead.
Hey, students, you have any other questions about entrepreneurship or starting their e-commerce or about this course itself, please ask it now. Kalau ada apa pertanyaan tentang e-commerce atau starting kamu punya sendiri punya perdagangan, please tanya saja ya. Jangan takut ya.
Yeah, to enhance students' learning experience, from time to time, our universities will invite industry speakers to come and share with us their insight and their experience. Okay, for example, 2 years ago, we have invited Mr. Zhou Yong from China. He is a Secretary General of Global E-commerce Talents, okay, from China all the way to Malaysia to APU to share with us the digital economy. Okay, and we also have some experts in search engine optimization for e-commerce, seminars, a workshop by our industry speakers. So students, you will not learn from the lectures. You also learn from the practitioners, So it provide you a lot of good insight about e-commerce.
Mm.
And we also organize industry visits to our collaboration partners, and we also bring our students to these Malaysia External Trade Development Corporations, the MATRADES, okay, MATRADES, for e-consultation days. So students benefited a lot from these industry visits to or government agency visits. Yeah, so that is a activities that we provide for our students. Let me share with you some of our students' achievements. Okay, 2 years ago, yeah, okay, before the pandemics. Okay, we have two group of students participated the Alibaba Global E-commerce Talents Challenge, and two group of them managed to get into the finalists. Okay, it's not easy to get into the finalists because we are competing with a lot of top-notch universities in the world, including universities from China, Korea, Singapore, and so on. Our teams managed to get into the finalists, and we sponsors our students fly all the way to Guiyang city in China to participate in the final round. All the expenses are fully sponsored, and students actually learn quite a lot, okay, from participating in all these entrepreneurship challenge competitions. So now I'll try to answer, Melvin, your questions.
Mm.
The list of careers, yeah, you can be a e-entrepreneur, which you can start up your own e-business. If you are not that entrepreneurs enough, okay, you want to work for other people, then you can work as a e-marketing or e-services, okay, e-commerce executive or managers, e-commerce coordinator, consultants, digital designer, e-commerce brand strategies, and so on. And students, do not limit yourself on becoming from an entrepreneur or work for an e-commerce company. They are actually the list of career opportunity is much more longer than this. This is just a few example. Okay, you can work for a bank and how to improve their e-business that that can deliver to their customer. So not just limited to e-commerce actually per se.
And I think the follow-up question would be, because we like I mentioned just now, we all have seen that kawan that one friend that we know, or not, maybe not just one, a few friends that we know from social medias that are selling things already. What are the advantage would I get as a student who went through e-commerce course versus a student or a person or a seller that haven't been through any e-commerce courses before?
Okay, perhaps this slide can show you why this course have added advantages compared to other program,
Mm.
because this is a business program with a technology edge. Okay, so the skill that you learn, okay, can apply in other areas also. And as all of you are aware, now we are moving into the industrial revolutions 4.
Mm.
Business organizations, they have no choice but to adopt technology. Okay, even though you may not like technologies, you do not like hard codings, you do not like programming or whatsoever, no worry. Okay, because this course is going to share with you how we can apply technologies in business environments. Did I answer your questions, Melvin?
I think you did, and then I think the most important thing is that student must know that when people start their own business,
Yep.
a lot of time if they don't have the proper professional education or the typical education that they went through, they will have to learn a lot of things by experimenting or by experiencing it through.
True.
Meaning they have to take up risks, they have to learn from maybe their parents, their uncle, a lot of outdated informations from there. And on
True.
top of that, they, like I said, a lot of they took up a lot of risk by themselves because they need to try. When they try, they only they know, okay, this work and this might not work. So
True.
the question is, uh, would the student learn updated information about the new technology they're coming up, and what are the things that I may be able to adopt in the new generation? Because like you mentioned, we are going into IR 4.0, which Industrial Revolution 4.0, where a lot of things are automated. So
Yeah.
what are, I want to know exactly the differences between a traditional startup that haven't been through any professional career or any courses, haven't been through any professional courses, and versus me who take up e-commerce. Will I be able to, do I learn things like uh do I need to learn like codings? Will I be better at transitioning my business to online business sort of stuff?
Okay, yes. Okay, the answer is yes. But if you just now mentioned about codings or programmings, that is the student choice. Okay, we have APU do offer micro credential. If students would like to learn more about codings, multimedia applications, and so on, they can sign up for the micro credential that we offer. Okay, but the courses, this program itself, students, you don't have to worry about codings.
Mm.
This is more towards the applications
All right.
of
Speaking of skills,
technologies.
now,
Hmm?
speaking of skills, what are the skills that a student might be able to learn to expect? What are the skills that student will expect to learn or to master at the end of this course?
Okay, well, there are a lot of skill I can't share with you, okay, one by one. But in general, these will be the skills to succeed in the post-coronavirus world. Okay, these are the 6 skills that we have identified that students need to equip with. Okay,
Mm.
and get ready for the world post-coronavirus. One is self-directions. Okay, you need to be self-motivated. You need to uh, know where you want to go. You need to be a self-starter. Okay, that is one important skill. The second one is very important, is adaptabilities. The world is changing very, very fast now. The world is changing very, very fast. If you do not, if you are not able to adapt to the new environments, next day morning when you wake up, you may realize that you are the dinosaur already.
Mm.
Okay, the adaptabilities, that is another skill that we infuse or cultivate our students. So you need to have adaptabilities. It's not easy. Okay, uh, from moving from a physical face-to-face classroom environments to online teachings, all lecturers have to go through the adaptabilities to adapt to the environments. Same goes for the students, and I believe it's not an easy task for a lot of people, but that is going to be a future. We need to adapt to all the changes. And another important skill is creativities and innovations, which one of the strong focus of APU. We keep on emphasizing on creativities and innovations. Stay, if you want to stay on top of others, you need to create. You need to be creative and innovative.
Mm.
If you are not creative, if you are not innovative, you are just a follower.
Mm.
If you want to lead, if you want to leapfrog to the futures, then creativities and innovations. And motivational skill, we are not working alone. Besides self-directions, you need to able to motivate your followers, your subordinates, your workers. Motivational skill is another important soft skill that students need to have. And empathy, yeah, the world is getting, well, I do not know how to say. Okay, we need to have a sense of empathy to people. Empathy, okay, we take care of people, think about people. and take care of people around you, empathy. Well, this bring business sense. Yeah, you need to think about your customer. You need to think about your employees as well, right? So what is your customer want? If you have a sense of empathy, okay, then you will understand your target market better. And lastly, digital capabilities. Digital capabilities means, well, whether you like it or not, we are moving into a digital world. Business, individuals, students, digital is the new millennium.
Yeah. Speaking on adaptability just now, because you mentioned that even lecturers have to go through research base so that they can teach students to
Yes.
adapt to new technology, right? I
Yeah.
want you to maybe elaborate on that because I want to know what are the steps or what are the things that you guys do in APU that fully equips student in making sure that what they study is actually future proof.
Okay. We do a lot of research and we also invite industrial partners
Mm.
and future employers to share with us what they are looking for the new graduates, and we will change our programs accordingly. So actually our program is not static. Okay, we will improve our modules in the program from time to time, and the contents also, and our lecturers have to attend quite a lot of trainings, webinars, okay, to upgrade their skill.
So it's pretty much guaranteed at this point that any student that take up the e-commerce course, their course will be the most up to date to that period of time, is it?
uh well, you can say so.
All right. And we have one
Right.
question for Sharvina. We have one question from Sharvina. She said,
Okay.
what are the minimum requirements we need if we are interested in joining this field or course after SPM?
Okay, SPM, you need to join our diploma. The program that I share with you is a degree program.
Mm,
For SPM level, you cannot join degree program straight away. You
we have
have two
to choose.
pathway. You have two pathway.
Mm.
One is you join our foundation program in business or diploma program. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, because I'm not so familiar with on the entry requirements, you need to have minimum 5 credits to join foundations and
Ah.
move to a degree. The 5 credits, your mathematics and English need to be a pass in your SPM.
Yeah. To make it clear, students credits are C, so you just need to get a minimum of a C, then you should be good to go, and then that shouldn't be difficult for a lot of students like you in front of us, right?
Right.
All right.
And if
How
you
long
do
is
not
the
have five
diploma and
credits,
foundation?
if you have less than 5 credits, then perhaps you can join our diploma program first.
Mm.
Okay, diploma programs, the entry requirement is 3 credits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How long
So
is the diploma program?
diploma program is 2 years,
And
and
foundation?
then foundation is 1 year.
Oh, all right.
All right. So diploma, then you can join our diploma program, and if you completed the diploma program with good result, okay, minimum two 2.0 CGPA, you can join this program.
Mm-mm. But foundation? What about foundation?
Foundations, you still need to pass the foundations,
All right. I
right?
don't
Yeah.
think it should be difficult for a lot of smart students sitting among us, right?
Uh, so far, I would say the progression rates of foundations to degree in APU are very, very good. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So it shouldn't be a problem.
Do I need to be a top scholar in order to get to a degree, even
Not
as in
necessary.
SPM? Not necessary,
No,
yeah.
you don't have to be a top scholar.
You don't have to be a top scholar. So long
Even,
you have the passion and a drive, I think a lot of students will be able to make it, right?
yeah.
All right. Do the marketing department from APU have anything to add? If not, then see Mr. Lim have anything to add on top of it.
Uh, I think I'm done with the sharings,
Mm.
unless you have other questions to add.
All right, I think that's about it from Mr. Lim. But before you go, students, the one thing I think the most important takeaway from here is that you need to be able to be interested in the courses itself. I mean, e-commerce, you need to have the passion and a drive to be an entrepreneur, to be a business owner. I see Chi Seng just joined us for today. Chi Seng, do you have anything to ask, to say? Sorry. You're muted, Chi Seng. There we go. There we go. I can't hear you, Mr. Chi Seng. Still can't hear you. I think you are using a different mic. No, we still can't hear you. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, I was saying that in this course you need to have the passion and drive to be able to start your own business, to start your own entrepreneurship. Sometimes it's not about just creating one business. Sometimes you might want to have a own empire itself, like what I have, like like the Pin Tea, which is a local brand that has a lot of franchises. You need to have that drive to carry on, to learn and adapt to current situation in order to have a successful career. And Chi Seng, is your mic situation sorted? Hold on, yeah, no problems. So then just give us some time. A bit of technical difficulties there. I think this course will be very important, very useful for a lot of students among you guys that, like I said, mentioned, you have seen your friend been doing online selling. You've seen them selling this certain product online, but they've always been doing a small scale. They've never been really doing as a big company. This is one course that will help you definitely to get started and also scale up your business opportunity. You've seen your friend doing it online, but that's only one person to a few clientele or to a few of their followers. But what about scaling up to a big corporation, like I said just now, like a Pinty or any other local businesses? How about scaling it? You need the resources, you need the know-how, you need the education for you to learn how to scale up your businesses. Isn't that correct, Mr. Lim?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
To become a successful entrepreneur, okay, uh, your journey of learning never stop. Your journey of learning never stop because, as I say, the world is changing every day. Okay, new technologies come out, new environment, new settings, new product, new competitors,
New challenges. Like
new
today
challenges.
we have the pandemic. A lot
Yeah.
of company have to overcome the challenges. How do they get their client to know, hey, my product exists, buy from me? That is something that we need to learn. Like what Mr. Lim say, one of the key skill that you will learn from here is adaptability. Without that crucial skill, it's a bit hard for you to survive. You can't just be selling Ramly burger like what Chi Sang has mentioned. You have to bring your Ramly burger from a store
Yes.
to online selling. You need to be able to adapt from it. And how
Yes.
do you know how to do that? You go through this course. You go through professional skill. You go through professional that teach you the proper way and the know-how to bring your normal store into an online platform. And then sooner or later you become maybe an online franchise of burger selling company.
I just want to
Another.
share with you some insight about entrepreneurships. Okay,
Go ahead, Mr. Lim.
students, yeah, entrepreneurs. Okay, the term sound very grammar,
Very
correct?
bombastic.
But the lifestyle of entrepreneurs is tough. Okay, a single mistake that you make costs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you an example. Students, have you heard about Nokia? Have you heard about Kodak? Where are they now?
I think Kodak student might not know about it. It's a bit our time.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Nokia, I think definitely a lot of students might know. All right, students, I think a lot of you
yeah,
know
yeah,
Nokia. But if you know Kodak, prove me wrong. Leave it in the comment section. Go
yeah.
ahead, Mr. Lim.
So, well, the reward of becoming an entrepreneur is great. Okay, but the challenge faced by an entrepreneur is also great. And uh, without grammars, entrepreneurs, okay, a lot of people look at Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all these successful entrepreneurs, but you look at their bright side, but you need to know the hard. path that they have gone through. And the interesting part of our program of APU, not just this program, all the program of APU, is we emphasize on the soft skill that just now I mentioned, the 6 skill, okay? The 6 skill, which will prepare our students and emotionally ready for a more challenging work, okay? Uh, these are the skills that you cannot learn from the textbook by reading it. You need to experience it. You need to actually experience it. And how you experience this is you need to go through the programs, okay? And I do not know how to further elaborate, okay, during the projects,
The
the
most
PPE
important
projects. Yeah.
takeaway is that because at the end of the day you're playing with money, you're using money.
Yeah.
Sometimes to a lot of people, 10,000 might not be small money, but for some other people, 10,000 might be the amount they need to work years and years and years to enter to get 10,000, and to use the 10,000 to start their own business. Without the know-how, you might be in risk of losing all this money.
Yeah.
With the right know-how, you control the money, you control the risk a bit
Right.
more, not a bit more, much more than the people that don't know how to that compared to the people that don't have the professional education. They will be risking this money just testing it to see if what they are doing is right or wrong. You know what I mean?
I'll
So
just summarize this as I just summarize this as by enrolling and studying in this course, it shortens your journey to become a successful entrepreneur.
oh
Yeah.
yes,
Oh yeah. In layman term is if you join this course, right, the chances of you banging a wall is lesser.
Yes, correct.
You really wanted to venture into
It
e-commerce or
shortens it
e-business.
shortens your journey. Okay, shortens your journey to become a successful entrepreneur.
Mm.
Okay,
mm.
we'll let you know what is the roadblocks, what are the challenges that you may face, and how you overcome these challenges, and so on. So basically, just in a layman terms, at what Chi-Sing say, or in a short nutshell, it shortens your journey to become a successful entrepreneur.
I
Yeah.
think that will be a very enticing point for a lot of students here, because at the end, like I said, like we all mentioned here, you want to be successful. What do you need to be successful? You need the know-how. So from this course, it will help you there. Now we can hear from Brother Chi Seng himself. So Brother
Okay.
Chi Seng, do you have anything that you want to share to the students here?
Just to recap on Mr. Lim's session, I think it's a very, very interesting session today because it really allows you to have a glimpse of what the e-business is all about, the e-commerce is all about, all those platforms. And because of the pandemic, I would say that it has actually forced everyone, even from your char kway teow uncle to your burger stall, to actually adapt into an online platform to push their product into the market. Or like for example, yesterday I was talking to my friend. We were talking about fish, it was about buying fish, typical uncle kind of conversations. And I was like, hey, look into this guy who are selling fish on what do you call it, on Facebook. And they are even selling like a prepared meal. Like if you go to a Japanese restaurant, right, you can spend at least like $50 to $90 for a good meal of unagi. Apparently you can just get it for $30 there. So it's like these are the things that you never thought of approaching that is actually happening now.
Mm. I think the most important, like what Mr. Chi Seng have said, you at the end of the day, what we all want is the know-how, to have the skill
Yes.
to know how to adapt to time. So there's nothing more better than knowing what to do exactly, rather than you go and we call in Chinese we call nong pia, which is bang the wall, which is
Correct.
making mistakes, making financial mistakes. Sometimes not everybody have the same footing. Some people might have the luxury of making financial mistake. Some people might not. To
Correct.
be able to go across, or to be able to cross this problem, to manage this problem, what better way than to equip yourself with the right know-how and with right mentor like Mr. Lim here, who are equipped with professional insider knowledge in terms of how e-commerce are transacted and how they are built. Because obviously, like he yes, as a lecturer, he have seen a lot of testimony from successful businessmen and businesswomen out there, successful platform. This platform and this exposure that they have gained are imparted to you in this course. As Mr. Lim mentioned, they have professional people that from the industry. They'll come in and lecture you and give you the tips and update you with the current trend and the current procedure. You will be much more equipped than a lot of your peers that haven't done this professionally. Isn't that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just want to share with you some of my readings. Okay, I read quite a lot. Okay, so, I read quite a lot of all these profiles, successful people profiles. Okay, one interesting things that I noticed is the entrepreneurs. Okay, yeah, you may argue with me, say, well, there are a lot of successful entrepreneurs without getting good educations. But one interesting point is when they success, they already reach their age of 70 or 60 to 70. You see, yeah, you see Malaysia, Lim Gotong's, okay, no proper educations. Big entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur. The age when he become a successful entrepreneur is almost 70, 80s. Okay, but now you look at the current entrepreneurs, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, okay, Mark Zuckerberg. When they are 30s, they are already somebody.
Yeah.
The, the time that you spend in universities, the 3 years or the 4 years that you spend in university to get a good education, that's what I say just now. It shortens your journey to become a successful entrepreneur, right? That is the analogies that I can think of. You look at those days, successful entrepreneurs with very limited educations. They learn through it hard time. When they become a successful entrepreneurs, they are almost 70, 80s. Right.
Yeah.
But you look at those nowadays, the successful entrepreneur, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, uh, and
Elon Musk.
yeah, Elon Musk. Okay. They are in their 30s, some even in their 20s, okay, or 50s. But why there is a why the timing for them, the time for them to become a successful entrepreneur has been shortened because of educations. You look at their education's background. That is the power of education. So why I say spending time 2 years, 3 years in universities is not a waste. You don't want to waste 20 years, 30 years to become a successful entrepreneur. Or you just, yeah.
Speaking of university background, can we? I just want to change this topic a bit because not every student here heard about APU. I want to chime in, Mr. Chi Sang here, Brother Chi Sang here.
Yes.
Can you tell the students here where is APU is actually located at, and what are the amenities and campus? Do you have boarding and so on and so forth?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we are located at Technology Park, Malaysia, Bukit Jalil. It's actually very easy to spot if you are staying around Klang Valley. And then if you are actually staying out of Klang Valley, probably you are from Johor, Seremban, Malacca, or Ipoh. No worries, we actually have in-campus accommodations and also another one we call a satellite campus accommodation, which is a walking distance to the campus itself. Facility wise, I would say we are quite well equipped. And with our phase 2 project finishing by the end of this year, we will be launching a swimming pool according to my CEO. So yeah, we are looking forward to that as well. So by the time you are visiting us, maybe after the pandemic or next year, maybe around about January or March, you'll be seeing more interesting things happening in APU itself.
All right. Because just now we mentioned the credits and the standard you require for SPM and so on and
Yes.
so forth. Maybe some student may be interested in the scholarship that you guys provide.
Yes. So in terms of scholarship, we goes by the number of A's you have if you are doing your SPM this year. Uh, for example, if you have 4 to 5 A's, you'll be looking at 10% in, and then 6A is 20%. Just give me a moment. Maybe I can just share the screen so everyone can see what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Anyhow, 7A is 30%, and then 8A is actually 40%, so on and so forth. Um, the one thing that worth highlighting about our scholarship is that uh, it's in a way a guarantee for students for the next 4 years of their studies. Meaning to say, if you start off from your foundations all the way to you finishing your degree, you will get to enjoy the scholarships that you actually have.
Ah.
All right, I am sharing my screen now. I think
So what
everyone
you
can
meant is
see.
the scholarship carry forwards until the end of
Yes,
your degree, is it?
correct, correct. And then without you don't have to reapply for it. It's by default given to students. Of course there's a catch, but as you look at these CGPA things, right, do not worry. For example, 8A's, right? CGPA 3.0, in average it's about B, result of B. So it's actually very easy to maintain. So far, for those students who actually enroll through my assistance, none of them actually have their scholarship revoked because yeah, they all can perform. Because
Mm-hmm.
in SPM, you are almost fully relying on your exams, for your scores and for your ABC, so on and so forth. But then in when you are in university, half of your score could be from your exam, the other half could be from your assignment and your project. So you can actually have a balance of hands-on experience and then also a bit more on the exam part combined together. Actually, a lot of students find that they can do even better.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. So I think this is very helpful for a lot of students, especially we have very, very smart students sitting here with us. Remember, get your right score, aim for your score, and then you'll be entitled to all this scholarship. And